Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Pixie Love. You can call me Pixie. And today we're doing r/Fatlogic, everyone's favorite subreddit to do on this channel. This is day 4 of me posting in a row, so I've been doing really good, staying on track. Just a heads up, my was weird in my last recording. So if she just freezes and stuff like that, I'm just going to switch it back to where she just stays still and I talk. I do like that she moves around, but I mean, if she's going to be freezing, we're just going to have to make Pixie, Pixie's going to have to stay still. Anyway, let's just jump into the craziness of Fatlogic. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Communication is hard. Not communicating is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy. It will always be hard. I like that. It's just like a bad thing and a good thing, but they're both really hard to do. Like, they're right. All these things are hard to do. Being obese is not hard to get, but it's hard to be there once you're there. Like, but the person up there says, also the casual fat shaming, obesity is not a hardship, Lamau. Being fat is not the wrong choice. They didn't say it's a wrong choice. They said choose which hardship you want to handle. Being obese is a hardship. It comes with its own freaking downsides and its own problems that you have to deal with. Same with being fit. Being fit is also hard to do. It's a lot of work to eat 3, 4, 5,000 calories a day. It's a lot. That's hard. I'm just saying. Like, being obese is hard. This is not fat phobic whatsoever or fat shaming. But, if you say the word obesity, then you're fat phobic, so whatever. I love that you can wear these, but all the companies don't go past the 26/28. That's not size inclusive. The super and infinites continue to get left out. These are all great, but going up to size 3X to 4X isn't size inclusive. I mean, what do you want companies to do? If companies went up to, I don't fucking know, a 10X, let's go to the extreme, and they charge everyone the same price to go all the way up to a 10X. You're going to be paying more for the clothes so they can, because God forbid they make the bigger clothes more expensive, which would make sense. It's more fabric to make those clothes. But no, we can't do that. That's not good. So they would all have to be the same price. So to cover going up to, let's say, a 10X, which is, yes, even if most of the population is overweight in our country, not everyone is going up to that size. Anyway, to go up to those sizes to make sure we have clothes in those sizes continuously for the few people who would need them, everyone else would have to pay even more for their clothes just to make sure we can go up and be size inclusive. I'm just saying. I don't think it's fair. I know I'm already a big girl. I know I'm a big girl. But I'm just saying, if I was, a small or a medium, I would be mad that I would have to pay more for my clothes to cover the price for someone who's a freaking 6X, 7X, 10X. You know what I mean? So the only reason why we fear self-soothing with food is because diet culture and fat phobia. Using food to cope is a wise and resourceful coping skill. We all emotionally eat sometimes. Obviously, if a client comes for help and it is the only way that they soothe, we can work on adding tools to their toolkit so they have additional ways to cope with distress. If you're using food to soothe, that is not self-soothing because you are not internalizing soothing yourself. In my personal opinion, that's literally like using weed or cigarettes or alcohol to soothe yourself. You're using an outside force to soothe and de-stress yourself. You're not actually taking deep breaths, walking away from your situation, taking time to yourself, thinking, doing something that's not literally eating. So you're not self-soothing. You are using an outside force to soothe yourself, which sometimes that's fine. It does help, but it's not self-soothing. I'm just saying. And when you use things to, soothe yourself, you do become addicted to those things. That's why people become addicted to alcohol and drugs and food, because it gives you those freaking dopamines and that high of making you feel happy and feeling good, you become addicted to that feeling. So you have to continue to eat, and then you have to continue to eat more food to get that same feeling like you used to get. And that is why people have a problem with self-soothing with food, because it becomes an addiction. And addictions aren't good. Nothing is good in excess. If you exercise to excess, it's not good. If you eat to excess, it's not good. If you drink to excess, it's not good. When you become addicted to something and you do it excessively, it's not good. If y'all want to be woke why fat phobia is literally killing us and you're still trying to lose 5 pounds, that's not justice. How is fat phobia killing you guys? Is it because doctors don't take you as serious because you're overweight? Is that why? Is that why? Because I guess maybe it's killing you guys. But you know what's also killing you guys? Heart disease, diabetes, liver failure, you know, problems that are more likely to happen when you are overweight. And once again, like, someone wanting to lose 5 pounds does not have anything to do with you. They could completely be okay with you being overweight and you loving yourself and loving your body while you're overweight. They can be completely okay with that. But if they feel different with those 5 pounds on than when they didn't have that 5 pounds on and they want to lose it, it has nothing to do with you and your weight and everything to do with this person and their weight. That's just the truth of the matter. Like I said before, it's not about you. You have to learn when someone else is trying to lose weight, they're not losing weight because of you. They're losing weight because of themselves. They know that they don't look like you. Trust me. They know that, but they still want to lose weight for themselves. Because some people just like to have a smaller body. Like, my little sister has put on some weight recently. And she wants to lose the weight. And she's by no means fat. She's by no means fat. I don't know how much she's gained. I'm not going to say how much she's gained. But, you know, she now has, you know, her thighs are getting a little fuller. Her butt's looking a little nice. You know, she doesn't look fat to me at all. And she's not fat. But she wants to lose weight because she misses how her body was when she was smaller. A couple years ago, like, this quarantine has been really bad for her. She was in the military before quarantine. So she was, you know, getting up and moving like every weekend and stuff like that. She was keeping her body nice. And she's put on a little weight and she doesn't like it. It has nothing to do with me being overweight. My sister loves me no matter what size I am. Her wanting to lose weight is 100% about her and her body image. Nothing to do with anybody else. Stop saying get healthy when you mean get thin. Here's the thing. When you are obese and morbidly obese, when you start doing things to get healthy, that will come with weight loss. That's just the truth of the matter is. And me, I want to get healthy, but I also want to be quote unquote thin. I actually don't really want to be thin. I kind of want to be slim thick. I think I talked about that before. I have the natural body to be slim thick. I just got to get in the right size of being slim thick. I don't want to be what people call thin. I want to be what is supposed to be thick and curvy. Because my mom she's like, you're not fat, you're thick. I'm like, Mom, I'm fat. I'm not thick. My older sister, she's thick. Okay? I'm fat. They're the difference, okay? Like, I want to be thick, not fat. And I want to be healthy because I want to be able to walk up the hill next to my house without being out of breath. I want to be able to run around and play baseball and softball with my nieces and nephews without being out of breath. And I want to be able to run around and chase my children when I have them without being out of breath. That's why I want to be healthy. That's why I want to lose the weight. Because I know once I lose those pounds, my body will be able to do more because my body's so used to carrying all this weight. When it has like literally half the weight on it, it will be able to do so much more just because it doesn't have to carry all that weight on it. Body image. What's in your control? Your beliefs. What's out of your control? Your skin color, your shape, your height, your shoe size, and your weight. I would agree 90% with this. But your weight is 100% in your control. Okay, maybe 90% in your control. Because I do know that it's hard for some people to lose weight and it's hard for some people to gain weight. My boyfriend and his brother, it's hard for them to gain weight. Like, they both want to gain weight to be a little bigger and it's hard for them to gain weight. I'm trying to lose weight and it's hard for me to lose weight, but it's still in our control. especially when you're overweight. When you are overweight, your weight is in your control, because if you eat less and move more, the weight will come off. So that's obviously something you can, if you can change what you're eating and how much you're moving and the weight comes off, that means your weight is in your control. And shoe size technically does change depending on how big you are too. Like if you gain a little weight, your shoe size is going to go up because you can't fit in the smaller shoe size. Shape is also, if you're talking about natural shape, yes, that's not in your control. But once again, once you gain a lot of weight and you're round, if you lose weight, you won't be round anymore. But height and skin color, you definitely can't control that. You can't control that. Did you know replacing a potato chip with a grapefruit as a snack, you can lose up to 90% of what little joy you still have left in your life? Once again, I think I said this to you guys before. If the only joy you get from life is eating, you really need to do something else with your life. Because I find so much joy in other things besides eating. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love to eat food, especially good food. And for me, it's more meals and not really snacks. But your girl loves some snacks too. I love food. I fucking love food. But I find joy in other things besides food. Going to my niece's softball game and cheering her on while she wins. So much joy. Playing video games. So much joy. Spending time with my boyfriend. So much joy. The joy in my life doesn't just come from food. It comes from doing other things. And that's why I've been spending a lot of time with my nieces while they're here, instead of sitting around and not doing anything because I'm trying not to eat. But when I spend time with them, I get joy and happiness. So I don't eat as much because I'm spending time with them and I'm not thinking about food. It's literally what I've been doing every time they're around. I spend literally most of my day with them. It's great. I freaking love them so much. And that's where I find joy, is with the people and the things I do in my life besides food. But if food is the only joy you get in your life, I would really, really suggest trying to find something else that brings you joy. Because that's sad if that's the only thing that brings you joy. It's really sad. Like, I want you to have joy in your life. And food should not be the only source of it. My life wouldn't be easier if I were thin. My life would be easier if the culture wasn't obsessed with oppressing me because I'm fat. There we go again. That word, oppression. I've said it once, I will say it again. I have been oppressed in my life for things. I have never felt oppressed because I'm fat. I feel like, I can't shop at every store. I have to look around for things I want. But those, to me, are slight inconveniences and not oppression. There's a difference. And if you feel like being fat is an oppression, then you have had a very privileged life. I'm not going to get angry. I'm just stating facts. If being fat is oppression to you, then you have been very privileged in your life to not deal with true oppression, in my personal opinion, because of the oppression I have dealt with because of my race. Point blank, period. Reminder, fat people dying younger than thin people is a myth. On average, people described as overweight and obese on the BMI live just as long or longer than their normal counterparts. Fat phobia sucks. I don't think I've ever seen an obese 90-year-old person. Overweight, yeah, because I think as you get older, you just, retain weight a certain way. But I've never seen like a 300-pound 90-year-old or 80-year-old or even 70-year-old. Have you? I don't think I have. I don't know. But apparently they live just as long. But whenever I see old people, they tend to be on the normal weight side. They tend to be in the normal BMI. I'm just saying, I don't see old people every day, but, I don't see a lot of, I see overweight old people, yes, and I see obese old people, but they're not, they're like 60, maybe 70, but they're not 80s, 90s, or living up to their hundreds. They're not. Not that I've ever seen. So I don't know where you're getting this information from. And those older people tend to have even more health problems than their normal counterparts as well. And with that being said, that's going to be our last post for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Fatlogic. It was messy, it was crazy, it was delusional. But we love their delusion because their delusion helps us remember why we're on the path that we're on, because we don't want to fall down that road. And we want to be healthy, and we want to be happy, and we want to find joy in more things than just fucking food. But with that being said, if you guys like my lovely voice, make sure you subscribe down below for more videos. Or you can follow my podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It's called Our Witchy Way. If you want to see my lovely face or my lovely body, you can follow me on Instagram. That's also down below. With that being said, bye-bye.